These are provided to the Mahoning Township in lieu of the Recreation Village for final plan approval. It should be pointed out that a recreation area, lot 109, is proposed for phase 1B of Sierra Vista Estates. A top recreation area is shown in the plan sheet LD 47, but has no reference as to where it will be located. You want to comment on that?
Yeah, sure. So, if I could point, I will point on your plan.
Sure.
Okay, so this is the recreation area proposed. This 1B is the maximum amount that we can go without going into another watershed. And the reason it's 1A and 1B is because this is 17 lots. We would like to get started, and hopefully we sell enough lots that we can just keep going and do phase 1B at the same time. We have excavation firms that are very interested in joining us to put these improvements in, and I'm talking about today. Their reservation is that there are sales today, and we feel we can sell lots. However, they are reluctant to commit, we'll call it $3.5 million to the total phase 1. They would like to start and get to here with about half that money, and that would allow them to recoup their money for these lots if they sold them, and then continue to use that money to put these improvements in. So everybody's concern today is we're in a good real estate economy now, but how long will it last, and how long will it take, to get to here? Phase 1B goes all the way out to here and is 53 lots. They're concerned that they can't complete those fast enough to generate income before the economy goes into a lull, if it's going to. And we don't know any of that, but you hear all different kinds of opinions out there. That's what our goal is of this phase 1A and phase 1B. If things are good, we'll keep right on going, never even construct that temporary cul-de-sac. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, a revised erosion and sedimentation pollution control plan deemed adequate by the Carbon County Conservation District is required for any earth disturbance activities proposed for Sierra Vista Estates Phase 1A. You're going to need a copy of the erosion control plan, should be provided before final plan approval, and you're going to have to amend your NIPSES permit and associated forms for the Sierra Vista Estates Phase 1. I know I contacted Carbon County Conservation District, and that's underway.
Yes, it was submitted yesterday.
But you haven't gotten any of the approval letters from DEP.
Well, no, we won't be approved by the township if we don't get that, so.
Correct. Development agreement is required to be executed between the developer and Mahoning Township. Financial security shall be provided for all site improvements and off-site improvements. Installation of the sewer main along Flagstaff Road with a construction cost estimate provided for review and approval before final plan approval. And talking to, what's his name, Pete Eisenbrand, he said you guys are still working on it.
I would say that's correct. We're working with the township, and we are considering trying to go for rural development grants to extend the line of Flagstaff Road where it doesn't go into our property. And the reason for that is it benefits the residents along Flagstaff Road until it gets to our property. We'd appreciate anybody's support in that. It would cost either Mahoning Township or Carbon County nothing to apply to become a party to that grant. There would be no risk to you. We would cover all costs and any matching funds. All we're trying to do is to keep the lot cost reasonable so that people in our area can buy lots reasonably and move up to our area. Everybody's first question is how much does it cost today?
Number 4, an approved storage facility planning module is required from PA DEP for the proposed connection to the existing Mahoning Township Municipal Authority, and approval letter not provided. Talking to Mahoning Township, you haven't reserved those EDUs.
So we are in discussion with the Mahoning Township Municipal Authority, because their current stance is that if you don't use your EDUs within 5 years, they expire and they go back to the municipal authority. Now that's in direct contradiction to Pennsylvania DEP. So we're trying to reach a reasonable middle ground. When someone pays for EDUs and reserves capacity, DEP says that that can never be revoked. They can't be taken away. And we are trying to get DEP to write a letter to the authority telling them that if they pay for them, they're guaranteed for that project.
Okay, because this might be an issue because Mahoney only has 122 EDUs. The hospital's taking 56. What is it? Wendy's is going to take some, and the hospital is coming in with a phase 2 of their development, and they're going to get more.
Yeah.
So you might not be able to build out like you want to, because there won't be any EDUs.
So the township has approved that if we are unable to hook up for the EDUs, that we can go on lot, and we have adequate area to go on lot, but our preference would be to, of course, support the municipal authority if that was an option.
Okay.
So we don't know in the future how quickly things are going to build out. This would be 17 EDUs up front, but if it doesn't work, we'll be glad to go onto an on-lot system.
Okay, now I just wanted to point that out for you.
Yep.
Again, the certificate of accuracy not signed by the surveyor, owner's affidavit not signed, and nothing notarized.
On the plans you're talking about.
On the plans, yeah.
Yeah. We expect that Mahoney Township, Peter Eisenbrown might have some comments that need to be addressed, and so that's when we sign them. But trust me, I'll sign them if.
No, they do it before recording.
Yeah.
I looked at we got comments from the township, July 24th, 2019, and it was stated that a plan note would be added to the plans regarding the agreement between Austin View and Ronald J. and Loretta Redline. And it hasn't been put on this plan, and it hasn't been put on the other plan.
It's actually recorded in the Carbon County records, so I will ensure that the plan note is put on there. But the actual agreement is there, and a plan has been.
I have where it was recorded, Jay.
Okay, thank you.
But on the agreement you signed, that July 24th letter, you said they stipulated that it's going to be put on. There's other items from that letter that haven't been addressed on the final plan.
Yeah. And
your engineer said, oh, when we do phase 2, that'll be addressed. But according to your build-out plan, phase 1B is 2028. That's just a general schedule.
So I agree with everything you said. The red lines will be the first thing addressed in the construction, and the reason for that is we want to improve their situation, which they do get bikes that road runoff now, and we don't want to impact them at all.
Yeah.
They've been very cooperative and are really great people.
Yep. And this is the other one. Sierra Vista Estates preliminary plan review letter dated July 24th, 2019. From the Mahoney Township Supervisors has several outstanding items regarding proposed stormwater sewage and sewage system that need to be addressed or adequately mitigated before final plan approval. And I would recommend conditional plan approval the way it sits, because everything is in the works getting this done.
And I have a question about, of the things that are in the works, which seems like there's quite a few things, and to give conditional approval, what's the time like? How long are all these fixes gonna take?
But we don't know. DEP, we can't, DEP, Carbon County Conservation District, the storage, we don't know. It's between the township and Jason.
So they'll all be answered to reach approval, and assuming that your conditions are the conditions noted, all your requests will be answered as well.
They can't get final plan approval or recorded until they get all these things done.
Potentially, how many existing properties would be served by the new sewer line if that's?
Coming up Flagstaff Road?
Yes.
I want to answer accurately, and I don't know how many vacant lots there are there. However, there are 3 residences along that run. I'm sorry, there's 4 with the party that's joining us, and their name is Evans. So 4 with Evans, but Evans is already included. You know, we offered to include them in the agreement. So there are some lots going down Flagstaff Road. Probably 3 more.
There's at least 8 here.
Okay.
If some approved to DEP or can work it out, Mahoning Township, you know, for the surge.
Right.
We do have to, then, we have to revise any of the size lots to put a mound on each lot,
To go on lot.
to go on lot.
We would not be going on lot. We would be going to what's called a community system,
Okay.
which the HOA would own and operate.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. So we are developing about 100 acres, and there is an additional 100 acres that's not being developed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any further discussion? If not, is there a motion for conditional plan approval?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor of consent?
Aye.
Opposed? Conditional plan approval is granted.
Thank you very much for your time and addressing this.
Okay, Lehigh Valley, Carmen campus, the hospital. We had this. And basically, they're resubmitting. We had at least 20 comments that they addressed or tried to. And what's left open is the sewage facility planning module, again from DEP. They need the approval letter, and Mahoning Township has approved the sewage facility planning module, and they forwarded it to DE for review. And the item is still outstanding. Maintenance of stormwater facilities, adequate insurance of maintenance indemnification. Liability insurance and security shall be provided for the 3 proposed stormwater management basins and submitted to the township for review and approval at the preliminary plan stage. And the response was the stormwater management plan is addressed in the plans, and the stormwater management agreement will be executed with the final plan approval to confirm the owner's responsibility to maintain the stormwater management facilities. And that item is still outstanding. The soil erosion control plan shall be submitted and deemed adequate by the Carbon County Conservation District. They need an NPDES permit for stormwater discharges associated with construction activities. Is also required to be obtained for this project. And a copy of the approval ESPC adequacy letter, final ESP plan, the NPDES permit and associated forms of the plan shall be provided. And their response was, excuse me, an NPDES permit application has been submitted to the Carbon County Conservation District, and that item is outstanding. Development agreement is required to be executed between the developer and Mahoning Township. Financial security shall be provided for all site improvements with a construction cost estimate provided for review. Their response was this information will be provided for the final plan approval. And again, the item is outstanding. Plan requires a highway occupancy permit from the PA Department of Transportation. Copy of the plan shall be provided for review. Their response was they gave us the highway occupancy permit, the plan itself. However, it's being updated for consistency with this plan set. A link to the digital submission will be provided to the Carbon County Planning Commission for their reference. A resubmittal to PA DOT is planned later for this week, and the item is outstanding. And I haven't gotten the link yet for reviewing their highway occupancy permit. We pointed out that the site lies partially within the 2021 conical surface zone, 4,000 feet. the Carbon County Airport. The applicant should provide sufficient information to demonstrate that the proposed use will not create electrical interference with navigational signals or radio communication between the airport and aircraft, making it difficult for pilots to distinguish between airport lights and others, resulting in glare in the eyes of pilots using the airport, impaired visibility in the vicinity of the airport, or otherwise in any way danger or interfere with the landing, takeoff, or maneuvering of aircraft intended to use the airport. And the response was, coordination has been provided with the Carbon County Airport restrictions, applications for the proposed heliport, and FAA hazard determination have been submitted to the FAA, excuse me, and PA DOT. Again, it's outstanding. The proposed land development, we went through this, is in the Clean and Green program, and once you change the land use of the property, it triggers a tax. Taxes have to be paid. 7 years of rollback taxes at 6% interest per year, and rollback taxes difference between what tax was paid versus what taxes would have been paid if the property had not been enrolled. It should be noted that the landowners may remove their property from the Clean and Green program by notifying the Carbon County assessor by June 1st of the year immediately preceding the tax year for which removal is requested. Rollback taxes are due upon submission of the request, and their response was it anticipated the project will trigger the rollback tax for this property. The schedule for this impact is being confirmed, and the item is still outstanding. And I would recommend conditional plan approval, since all these outstanding items are in the process of being addressed and/or completed by the applicant between Mahoning Township Supervisors, Carbon County Conservation District, DEP, PA DOT, and the FAA. Any questions?
Any comment, discussion? Not is there a motion for conditional plan approval?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, consent by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Conditional plan approval is granted.
Let's do the go out of order and do the Wesley Borough building. Their building is completed, and they're still looking for parking up there. So what they're proposing now is a 6,000 square foot new addition. Here's the building that's existing right now as is. They're gonna put a building, 6,800 foot, they're gonna put a police garage, firehouse, there's gonna be storage, there's gonna be ammunition storage, gun storage, everything in the firehouse. They're coming up with 25 parking spots here and 11 in the back, 6 on the side, and they have 4 handicap originally in the front. Let's see, they're gonna put a 30 by 40 foot compound yard. We also constructed adjacent to the building. There's public municipal water and sewer existing. The plan is submitted, conforms with the final plan requirements for Wesley Borough Land Development Ordinances. And under the zoning review, the applicant's engineer is requesting a waiver from the Borough of Wesley zoning ordinance, chapter 28, table 2, that requires a total of 62 off-street parking spaces. Applicant is proposing a total of 53 spaces, including 4 handicap accessible spaces, and I would opine that we would have no issues with the proposed waiver request, and would recommend approval by the Wesley Borough, and I would recommend plan approval of what they're gonna do.
Any discussion? If not, is there a motion for plan approval?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, consent by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Plan approval is granted.
I don't know why they're going for waivers, if the borough could waive what they want.
Ivan, if I may, just a comment. You know, they're already having problems up there with parking. With the magistrate's court is going in that building. That'll probably be in September. So it's interesting. They are already having parking problems. That has been a big issue with the county. That, you know, the court at least believes they're not able to meet their parking demands up there. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, next one is Belt's property. This is Kent Forest, this is just a simple lot line revision. Located at intersection of Elliott and Hughes Lane. It's an existing brush and wood cover land tract, slight to moderate sloping issues throughout. One side investigation revealed no visible barriers toward development. Again, trying to get Kent Forest to revise their subdivision land development ordinances, but contour lines and verticals of not more than 2 feet for land with average natural slope not shown. Signs stated by the surveyor and plan tested the accuracy. Certification of ownership not completed. Proposed location of well, subsurface disposal field and alternate field percolation test holes. The soil probes not shown. Signature block authorizing Kent Forest staff and consultants enter upon the site for inspection. Significant natural features not shown, and there's an existing encroachment back here in the rear by Ludmilla and Alexandra Fennick, and it should be resolved before final plan approval, and I would recommend conditional plan approval.
Any discussion? Is there a motion for conditional plan approval?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Conditional plan approval is granted.
And the last one that makes it. Satara subdivision, it's a minor subdivision, however, there's a lot of information that should be shown. After talking with the Mahoning Township engineer. It's located at 630 Beaver Run Drive, Mahoning Township. It's an existing residential brush and wooded cover land tract. This whole area is brushed and wooded. Existing structures on proposed lot 1, no visible barriers toward development lot 2 were noted. Again, the section 9910B requires a designated recreation area office for dedication to Mahoning Township. The location and a proposed on-lot water system for lot 2 not shown. Easements with a minimum of 20 feet or as required by utility companies providing service shall be provided. No erosion and control plan. There's no clear site triangles for any of these proposed driveways. Permanent reference spawns is not shown. Location of existing on-lot storage facility system for lot 1 not shown. Certification of accuracy not completed. Owner's affidavit not completed. Plan sheet numbers to be recorded shall be indicated on sheet index cover sheet. Plan is submitted to reflect that the plan is a preliminary and or final plan and title block. And I would recommend conditional plan rejection.
Discussion?
Just by here, they perked here, if they're gonna put a storage here, it's gonna be hard to get a well on that one.
Is there a motion for conditional plan rejection?
Second.
All in favor, consent by saying aye. Opposed? Conditional plan rejection is granted.
And there are no letters to any governmental agencies. So that is it.
All right. Is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Okay, Frank.